Chosen one, pay close attention because what you're about to hear will shake the doubts, fears, and whispers that have followed you. People have tried to end you, spoken dark words, and even claimed to call forces to take your life. They called it spells, curses, and unseen attacks, but here you are, alive, breathing, thriving. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is divine protection. In Islam, every soul has a fixed term, and no harm can touch you unless Allah allows it. Today, you will uncover 7 powerful lessons that explain why every attempt against you has failed, why darkness has no hold over you, and why your life is a living testimony of Allah's absolute authority. Get ready, because what you are about to realize will change the way you see every fear, every threat, and every claim meant to stop you. Chosen one, listen with your heart and let this truth penetrate every fiber of your being. Life and death are not in the hands of humans, spirits, or any hidden force. They belong to Allah alone, and no spell, no whisper, no shadow of darkness can alter what He has decreed. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart, every pulse of energy that courses through your veins is under His absolute control, written in the heavens before you were even conceived, inscribed in the preserved tablet, and orchestrated with perfect wisdom that surpasses human comprehension. Those who claim they can end a life, who speak of curses, black magic, or death spells, are nothing but illusions of fear, powerless against the decree of the Most High. The Quran reminds us again and again that no soul dies except by Allah's permission, at its appointed time, and in its appointed place, and that every attempt to defy this divine schedule is destined to fail. Your survival, in the face of attempts meant to destroy you, is a living testament to this immutable truth. It is a proof that Allah protects His chosen servants, that every plot conceived in the darkness returns to nothingness, and that your mission, your path, your presence in this world is still required, still needed, and still unfolding according to His perfect plan. Even when fear strikes, even when whispers of death linger in the air around you, remember that they cannot write your ending. They cannot touch the span of your days. They cannot dictate what only Allah has decreed. And your continued existence is not just survival, it is an affirmation that Allah's wisdom, mercy, and sovereignty are supreme, and that every breath you take is a reminder to the world that no power can overcome the will of the most powerful, the one who gives life and takes it away according to His divine knowledge alone. Chosen one, understand this with unwavering certainty. The attacks, threats, whispers, and so-called spells aimed at you never reach you by accident. They are intercepted, dissolved, and nullified by Allah's infinite wisdom before they can even touch your reality, because He is the all-knowing, the all-seeing, the protector of His servants, and no harm can penetrate the barrier He places around those He has chosen. Every attempt to bring you down, whether through human malice, dark arts, or the plotting of envious hearts, is observed, measured, and prevented in ways you cannot even perceive, for the unseen realm is under His command and nothing moves within it without His permission. Sometimes you will not witness how the plan was undone. The storm collapses silently, the trap fails quietly, and what was meant to strike becomes void, returning to its source or dissipating in the ether, leaving you untouched, unshaken, and still standing. The Quran teaches us repeatedly that Allah is the best of planners, and when your name is tied to a divine purpose, every hidden attempt against you is redirected, delayed, or destroyed before it manifests, because your survival serves a wisdom beyond human comprehension. Those who conspire in darkness believe they hold power, but their efforts are like shadows against the sun. They may move, whisper, and threaten, but they can never pierce the light of Allah's protection surrounding you. Your continued presence, your breathing, your ability to walk through this world unscathed is not luck, it is divine intervention, a living testament that Allah watches over His chosen ones, nullifying harm silently, perfectly, and completely, and turning what was meant to destroy into a reminder that nothing, no matter how strong or sinister it appears, can touch you until Allah wills it because in his knowledge, your purpose is not yet complete, your mission not yet fulfilled, and your light is too necessary to be dimmed by forces that exist only in illusion and human fear. Reflect on this, chosen one, because every blocked attempt, every failed plan, every whisper of malice that never reached you is a direct sign that Allah is actively guarding you, guiding you, and ensuring that your path remains intact for the moment He has written for your triumph, and that in His protection, even the darkest intentions return void, powerless, against the decree of the Almighty, the one who nullifies harm before it even dares to approach His servant. Chosen one, let this truth sink deep into your soul. The faith you carry within your heart is not merely a comfort, it is an impenetrable fortress, a divine shield. No darkness, no curse, no human or spiritual deception can ever penetrate. And it is this unwavering connection to Allah that renders every so-called attack powerless, every threat meaningless, and every attempt to intimidate utterly futile. Because true strength does not come from physical might, the words of others, or the illusions of the unseen. It comes from your certainty in the one who controls all creation, the one whose command shapes the heavens and the earth, whose decree alone determines the span of life and the destiny of every soul. Your dhikr, your prayers, your sincere reliance on Allah, and the purity of your intentions create an energy that repels harm long before it even manifests. And in the Quran, Allah reminds us that those who trust in Him will find guidance, protection, and victory over forces beyond human comprehension, because the unseen world bends only to Him. When others speak of black magic, death spells, or malicious intentions, they are projecting their own fear and ignorance, for what they perceive as power is nothing more than illusion, and their attempts crumble silently against the divine shield forged by your faith, patience, and remembrance. Every whisper meant to shake you, every hidden scheme meant to instill fear, is absorbed and nullified by your connection to Allah, and what they think is a threat becomes an opportunity for your elevation, a proof of your resilience, and a sign to the world that nothing created by humans or jinn can succeed against one whom Allah has protected, because faith is a living, breathing armor, and when combined with sincerity, it becomes a force the cosmos must respect, a barrier no darkness can breach, and a light no evil can dim. Chosen one, recognize this. Your calm in the face of fear, your strength in the face of whispers, and your unwavering certainty in the unseen are not accidents. They are the visible manifestation of the divine shield that surrounds you. Proof that every attempt to harm you is destined to fail, every scheme to intimidate is destined to collapse, and every shadow meant to scare you is powerless against the fortress of faith Allah has built around your soul, ensuring that you remain untouchable, unbroken, and moving forward exactly as He has willed. For nothing can penetrate the shield faith has created within you but the command of the Almighty, and He has decreed that your mission, your light, and your life continue. Chosen one, understand this with unwavering clarity. Every trial, every challenge, every whisper of fear that comes your way is not a sign of weakness in you, but a revelation of the futility of those who claim power outside of Allah, because what they label as strength, spells, curses, manipulation, or intimidation is nothing but smoke and mirrors, illusions that collapse in the presence of divine truth. And the higher you ascend in your purpose, the more these forces reveal their emptiness. The Quran reminds us that Allah tests those He loves, and these trials are designed not to harm you, but to strip away the illusions of control that others cling to, exposing their impotence while highlighting the supremacy of Allah's protection over His chosen servants. When people try to intimidate, deceive, or instill fear, their power is only perceived in the absence of knowledge. Once the veil is lifted, it becomes clear that their attacks are futile, their curses return void, and their intentions are powerless against the decree of the Most High. Each attempt meant to break you becomes a mirror, reflecting their desperation and ignorance, while simultaneously fortifying your reliance on Allah, sharpening your discernment, and elevating your spiritual awareness, because the unseen world is under His command, and nothing moves within it without His will. The challenges you face are not just tests, they are divine lessons, designed to show you that the whispers of the unenlightened, the threats of the fearful, and the so-called powers of darkness cannot compete with the protection granted to you by the Creator of the heavens and the earth. Chosen one, every plot that fails, every scheme that collapses, every plan meant to instill fear is a testament to this truth, that Allah alone holds authority over the seen and unseen, and when He shields a servant, no human hand, no spirit, no illusion, and no hidden force can pierce that protection. Your endurance, your survival, and your ability to remain steadfast in the midst of challenges are living proofs that false forces are powerless against divine will, and the more they try, the more they reveal their limitations, while your faith, patience, and connection to Allah reveal your invincibility. So when trials come, and they will see them as mirrors reflecting the impotence of those who attempt to oppose your destiny, understand that these challenges are gifts meant to elevate your trust in Allah, and know that every trial is a demonstration of a higher truth, that what is false cannot touch what is chosen, what is illusion cannot pierce what is protected, and what is temporary cannot overcome what is eternal, because your life, your mission, and your soul are in the hands of the one who nullifies every attempt of harm, exposes every pretender, and ensures that you remain untouchable, empowered, and destined for the purpose only He has written for you. Chosen one, listen with the depth of your heart and the clarity of your soul. The very fact that you are still here, breathing, moving, surviving every attack, and witnessing every attempt meant to end you fail, is not a matter of chance. It is a profound sign that Allah has preserved you, because your purpose in this world is far from complete, because the mission He placed upon your shoulders is still unfolding, and because your existence carries a weight, a meaning, and an impact that the universe has not yet fully seen, felt, or realized. Every breath you take, every moment you rise despite betrayal, every trial you endure without succumbing to fear, is a manifestation of Allah's mercy and a testament to His precise timing and perfect wisdom. Because nothing in this world, visible or hidden, can alter the span of your life except by His command, and nothing can derail the path He has carved for you unless He wills it. Those who envy, who plot, who speak in darkness, or who attempt to manipulate life and death through spells, curses, or secret practices do not understand that their efforts are insignificant against the decree of Allah, and their intentions dissolve into nothingness the moment they challenge what is already written in the heavens. You have been preserved, chosen one, because there are souls that must witness your guidance, lessons that must be delivered through your hands, and moments in history that cannot be reached without your presence. And it is in the continuation of your life that Allah is preparing the stages for your greatest impact. What has tried to harm you has only delayed, tested, and refined your patience. What has sought to intimidate you has only strengthened your reliance upon the Most High. And what has attempted to silence you has only illuminated the truth of your endurance, proving that every effort of destruction against you is powerless, futile, and destined to fail. Your survival is a living sign, a beacon for those who are lost in darkness, a warning to those who oppose Allah's chosen, and a reassurance to your own soul that you are exactly where you need to be at precisely the right moment for the mission that only you can fulfill, and that every second of your continued life is a part of a divine plan far greater than human comprehension, orchestrated perfectly by the one who gives life and preserves it according to His wisdom alone. Reflect on this deeply. The enemies you fear, the threats you sense, and the plots that hover around you are powerless, not because you are strong, but because Allah's decree is absolute. His protection is unwavering, and your purpose remains unfinished, waiting for the moments, the hearts, the souls, and the changes only your existence can bring into this world, ensuring that you continue to survive, thrive, and shine as a living testament to divine authority, mercy, and wisdom, as one whose time is not over, whose mission is not complete, and whose light cannot be dimmed by forces that exist only in illusion. human envy, or spiritual delusion. Every challenge, every attack, every shadow that tries to creep into your life only serves to confirm this truth, that you are preserved because your story is still being written, your impact is still being prepared, and your purpose is still unfolding, all according to the infinite, perfect, and unchallengeable will of Allah, the one who guards His chosen until their mission is fulfilled and their destiny manifested exactly as He has ordained. Chosen one, listen carefully and let this truth penetrate the deepest corners of your heart. Every attack, every curse, every whispered plot, every plan crafted in darkness against you, no matter how powerful it appeared, no matter how relentless it seemed, has been transformed by Allah into a vehicle for your elevation, because He does not allow harm to strike His chosen servants without extracting a greater purpose, a higher wisdom, and a profound lesson from it. The trials designed to test, intimidate, or weaken you are, in the hands of the most wise, tools of refinement, instruments of ascension, and keys to unlocking levels of spiritual, emotional, and intellectual strength that could never have been attained in comfort or ease. When people tried to cast shadows over your path, when they whispered your name in fear and envy, when they believed that spells, curses, or secret practices could end you, their efforts not only failed, they were inverted, redirected, and used by Allah to elevate you above the very forces that sought your downfall. Every betrayal you endured, every malicious word spoken against you, every attempt at intimidation was transformed into a divine lesson, sharpening your discernment, fortifying your heart, refining your character, and expanding your spiritual vision. What was meant to break you only confirmed your resilience, and what was meant to instill fear only strengthened your reliance upon Allah, revealing the profound truth that the unseen world, no matter how deceptive, exists entirely under the command of the one who decrees life, death, and destiny. Chosen one, the Quran reminds us repeatedly that Allah tests those He loves, and these tests are not punishment, they are elevation, preparation, and purification. What you have endured has been a crucible, designed to mold you into a vessel worthy of the impact, purpose, and mission He has assigned to you, and every obstacle, no matter how threatening, has been a stepping stone, lifting you higher into the realm of understanding, patience, and divine alignment that the untested cannot comprehend. Even the forces of darkness, the whispers, the plots, the so-called spells, and every attempt to harm you have become markers of your elevation, because every time they failed, every time their efforts returned void, your rank in the unseen and the seen increased, and every soul watching, knowingly or unknowingly, witnessed the futility of their actions against someone protected by the most powerful. Your endurance in the face of attacks has become a testimony, a living proof to others, to yourself, and to the universe, that divine will cannot be undermined, divine protection cannot be bypassed, and divine purpose cannot be obstructed, because what was intended for harm is transformed into honor. What was meant to diminish you is used to exalt you, and what was designed to weaken you has instead strengthened your faith, sharpened your insight, clarified your vision, and aligned your destiny even more perfectly with the plan of Allah. Chosen one, know this with certainty. Every challenge, every attempt to scare you, every malicious effort, every human or spiritual opposition is being used to raise you above fear, above limitation, above illusion, and above the control of those who oppose Allah's decree, because the one who guards you does not merely protect you, are being elevated, refined, and prepared to carry out a purpose that only you can fulfill. The more attacks come, the higher your station rises, the greater the conspiracy, the stronger your connection becomes, the deeper the darkness, the brighter your light shines, and every moment of survival, every breath, every heartbeat is a signal that Allah turns what was meant to destroy into what elevates, what was meant to intimidate into what empowers, and what was meant to end you into a testament of your unstoppable, divinely protected, and eternally purposeful existence. So that in the end, when all is said and done, You will see clearly that what tried to harm you has become the very vehicle of your rise, that every whisper against you has been transformed into a lesson in trust, reliance, and unwavering faith, and that your elevation, your survival, your power, and your destiny are all direct results of the most merciful, turning every attack into a stepping stone, every obstacle into a ladder, and every trial into a crown, proving beyond any doubt that when Allah protects and guides His chosen, nothing, no darkness, no curse, no human scheme, and no force in existence can prevent their ascension, amplify their purpose, or delay the divine mission that has been written for them in the heavens before the foundations of this world were laid, and that the attacks meant to destroy you were always, from the start, designed to raise you into a status that even your enemies cannot imagine, to fortify your spirit in ways comfort never could, and to align your path with the divine plan that ensures your light will shine, your impact will manifest, and your purpose will be fulfilled exactly as Allah has decreed. Chosen one, hear this truth with absolute clarity, and let it resonate in every fiber of your being. Your continued existence, your ability to breathe, to move, to stand unshaken amidst the schemes, whispers, and attacks of those who tried to manipulate fate is not a product of luck, chance, or the mercy of anyone other than Allah. For your survival is a living testament, a visible sign of divine authority, a declaration that the one who holds the heavens and the earth in his hand, the one who orchestrates every heartbeat and decrees the rise and fall of every soul, is actively guarding you, guiding you, and ensuring that nothing, no darkness, no human plot, no jinn, no ill-intentioned whisper can interfere with the mission He has assigned to you. Every spell, every curse, every secret attempt to harm you has failed because Allah's decree is absolute, His protection is perfect, and His wisdom is unmatched, and your life serves as proof to the world that no power exists outside of Him that can challenge His will. Chosen one, recognize this deeply. Your breath, your presence, your continued survival in the face of hostility is a sign that Allah's hand is upon you, that your path is under His guidance, and that every shadow cast against you was only allowed to exist temporarily to reveal the futility of forces that oppose the chosen, the faithful, and the righteous. When people claim control over life or speak of death spells, their words are hollow echoes against the reality of divine authority, and your continued presence exposes their ignorance, their impotence, and their inability to effect what Allah has decreed, proving to them, to others, and most importantly to yourself, that nothing created, nothing imagined, and nothing feared can surpass the will of Allah. Your survival is also a message to the unseen and the seen, a declaration to those who plot, a warning to those who attempt, and an inspiration to those who believe that divine authority is supreme, and when it chooses to protect, elevate, and preserve, no weapon, no malice, and no deception can succeed. Every trial, every whisper of fear, every attempt to intimidate you was transformed by Allah into a stepping stone for your elevation, and every failure of your enemies is a sign of His justice and sovereignty, a living proof that what is written in the heavens cannot be undone by human or spiritual interference, that your mission, your presence, and your life continue under His perfect plan, and that the enemies of truth and the fearful hearts who try to challenge you only reveal their weakness, while your survival reveals His power. Reflect on this, chosen one, because every breath you take is a proclamation of divine decree. Every moment of endurance is a celebration of Allah's protection, and every step you walk is a manifestation of His authority over all things, visible and invisible. The whispers that sought to instill fear are now silenced by your existence. The shadows that tried to consume you have been illuminated by your light. The threats that attempted to halt your purpose have been nullified by divine will, and your survival becomes an undeniable sign to the world that Allah's authority cannot be challenged. His decree cannot be overturned, and His chosen servants are untouchable until the purpose He has written for them is complete, because every breath you take, every obstacle you overcome, and every threat that fails is a living testimony that the divine law governs all things, that protection flows from Him alone, and that the life you continue to live is not just survival, it is a statement, a miracle, and a sign to the heavens, the earth, and all creation that His authority reigns supreme, that His chosen are preserved, and that the light of His protection surrounds you in ways the world cannot see but the soul fully recognizes. Chosen one, let this truth resonate within you eternally. Your life is sacred, your mission is divine, and your survival is the most powerful proof that nothing, no force, and no darkness can stand against the will of Allah, the one who writes destiny, preserves His chosen, and demonstrates through your existence that His authority is absolute, undeniable, and eternal. Chosen one, now you see the truth with clarity. Every whisper of fear, every shadow that tried to touch you, every scheme, curse, or hidden plot has failed not by chance, not by luck, but by the supreme will of Allah, the one who guards, guides, and elevates His chosen. Your survival is not just existence, it is a living sign, a declaration to the world, and a proof to your own soul that nothing can challenge divine decree, nothing can alter what is written in the heavens, and no darkness can pierce the light of Allah's protection around you. Walk forward with certainty, chosen one, because every step you take is guided, every breath you draw is protected, and every trial you endure is shaping you for a purpose greater than you can imagine. Let the whispers of the fearful fade, let the plots of the envious crumble, and let the illusions of the powerless be exposed. For your life, your mission, and your light are firmly in the hands of the Almighty, and those who sought to harm you now stand as witnesses to Allah's supreme authority. Remember this always: you are untouchable, you are chosen, and your path is divinely secured. Stand tall, remain steadfast, and continue to shine, because your presence alone is a statement to the world, a warning to those who oppose, and a source of hope and inspiration for those who believe. This is your moment, chosen one, your time to rise, your proof that divine protection is real, divine authority is absolute, and your purpose is unstoppable. Keep faith, trust Allah, and never forget the one who preserved you, guided you, and elevated you is always with you, and your survival is His eternal testament to all creation.